I think that the key thing for me that is shocking, to be honest, is the amount of fraudsters that are now leveraging COVID-19 to cause more harm and infiltrate companies' networks, but also individuals. So that 80% of cybercrime is currently leveraging COVID-19. So if you think about the training that companies might have done 8 months ago on cybersecurity, none of that will have incorporated COVID-19.
The reason all this is going on and the huge rise in cyber, attempts and crime is that people are scared and they're concerned and they're lost and they're distracted. And so it's preying on people at their worst time. Business owners might be waiting on an email about a CBILS loan. Individuals might be waiting on the details of a personal loan that's going to bolster their family. At the moment, it's down to organizations to really think about this as almost as part of their pastoral care for their employees, that it has to be part of the discussion, and that it has to be part of business as usual. Now employees are based at home.
90% of threats come via email. So if you're sitting on the webinar now and thinking, oh, well, we've never done a scan of our inbox, or we haven't got an email security, or we've never spoken about the type of threats that might come via email, that should change now. Raise awareness within your workforce. Again, whether it's you've got 1 person, 2 people, 2,000 people, raise awareness within your workforce about email security and the threats that can come via email, because that is where you are most likely will be infiltrated. If you are Office 365, that's now called Microsoft Office 365, it's much easier for cyber fraudsters to enter people's inboxes. And what they're trying to do is get access to your email accounts. If they can get access to your email accounts, they can see all the emails and they can sit in your inbox, sometimes for months, and wait to strike. So for example, we had a client who, well, before they were a client, the CFO had his Office 365 account taken over. So basically they were looking at it as he was looking at it. And he was sending some emails to a supplier about invoicing, and then they jumped in, sent an email from his email address to the supplier saying, we've changed our bank details. It doesn't matter what technology the supplier's got in place to prevent that email coming in. To any technology, that looks like a legitimate email. So the only thing we can do there is train staff to make sure they're not clicking on links that could be suspicious. They're not signing up to things online that means they have to download anything onto their laptop. So a big part of it is making sure that our workforce are savvy, but also making sure that we're training them on the relevant threats, because we can go and train them on Microsoft Office 365 protection. But then when COVID-19 comes around, if we don't train them on the threats that come from COVID-19, then they could easily get caught out again. And we're not talking about the prince from Nigeria. What we're talking about is highly sophisticated emails that look very, very genuine, and